I'm Al Greene. I'm recording this at the request of some others. I had a request to do this with my hat on, so I'm doing it with the hat on. My last name is Greene. No extra charge for the extra E. Professionally, I signed my pleadings by my initials L.A. Greene Jr. That's where I'm most commonly known, although I was called, am called Al Greene. I have a number of questions here to answer. I was board certified in family law in 1975. That was Class 1. I was board certified in Class 1 in civil trial law in 1978. And I was board certified in child welfare law in Class 1 in 2018. Yes, I was in the first class of the attorneys to get board certified. We didn't know what it was, why we wanted to get certified, really. It seemed like a good idea at the time, and it was. I am a better lawyer because of board certification. That to me is one of the big things. Prior to 1974, we really didn't have much state bar or any CLE in Texas. Houston, I was in Houston then temporarily for 54 years. We had some CLE, but it wasn't much. In 1974, the State Bar put together the first advanced family law refresher course, and that 125 of us showed up at the University of Houston to take that advanced family law refresher course. We didn't know what the application, well, we filled out the application. It was onerous like it is now. You have to put in all those case numbers and jury trials and everything. We didn't know what would be on the exam. We didn't have anybody to talk to that had taken the exam because we were the first class to take it. So we were all flying blind. And in that application, we did have to have, I think it was 5 jury trials and so many bench trials and so on. Don Royal was one of the persons that wrote part and graded part of the exam, and I don't have any idea who picked them. There was the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, was created by the Supreme Court, I believe, in 1974, and they are the ones that took the exam. I assume about 125 or so took the exam. It was in Austin. I know it was at least 1 day long. I don't know if it was 2 days long or what. I really don't remember. But several of us packed up and went to Austin and holed up in hotel rooms for several days prior to the exam, studying what we thought we might need to know on the exam. Again, we didn't have anybody to ask about it. The Family Code, Title I of the Family Code had become effective January 1, 1970. One of the big changes is that it brought no-fault divorce. Prior to January 1, 1974, you had to actually prove grounds for divorce in an uncontested divorce. It was possible to lose an uncontested divorce then, and some uncontested divorces were denied by the judges. I almost lost one because my client wouldn't answer the questions correctly. He had the facts, he had the grounds, but he didn't want to say anything bad about his wife to that judge. And I told him at the recess, well, he could either tell the truth or he could keep her. He decided to tell the truth, and we got his uncontested divorce. Part of the exam was multiple choice, and part of it was essay. Yes, it was all handwritten in 1975. And I don't remember how long it took us to get the results. The Texas Association of Certified Family Lawyers was incorporated in April the 2nd, 1980. I was one of the original directors. What had happened was there was a conversation between David Hittner, who's now senior federal judge. I'm recording this on June the 22nd of 2024. David's a senior federal judge in the Southern District of Texas. He and I took the exam, and there was a phone call between us, and one of us, and I don't remember which, said that we needed to get together, get a group together. About 25% of the lawyers that passed the exam were in the Houston area. Elmo Schwab was in Galveston, so we wanted to include him, and we named it Gulf Coast Family Law Specialists. In 1978, several of us that had been certified in family law in 1975 were board certified in civil trial law. Tom Bousquet was one of those, and he kind of took the lead, and we formed an association of civil trial lawyers, which exists today. Gulf Coast Family Law Specialist still exists today in 2024. What had happened is, starting with the Advanced Family Law Refresher course, we began to meet lawyers from around the state that had become board certified. Larry Swartz of El Paso was one. Of course, Johnny Nichols of Houston was had come along and gotten certified. We had met Bill Coons and Ken Fuller in Dallas. So TAFLS is was an outgrowth, really, of Gulf Coast and the civil trial group that was certified in Houston. And so that one, it was formed in 1980. And it still exists today. It's a very viable organization. We had monthly meetings in Houston in both Gulf Coast and the civil trial group during the school year, not in the summer, and that's still, both of those organizations exist in 2024 and still meet the same way. One of the questions is, were there any minorities back then? No, not really. When I was in law school, I was licensed December 1, 1959. I'm a 64-year, almost 65-year lawyer. December 1, 2024, I'll be a 65-year lawyer. I'm very proud of that, very proud to be alive. And there were not any minorities. There were a few women. There were 2 women in my law school class, about '97, I think I was graduated from SMU Law School in 1959. The organization is very viable. TAFLS is. It is a tremendous organization, and what has happened through that organization, and what happened in Houston is that a fellowship grew up in those two certified organizations, and the same thing has happened statewide. And of course, there are a number of referrals. We know people all around the state that we can refer cases to. We can call up the authors of the papers and ask them a question. The papers are in the State Bar Library. If you remember the Texas Bar College, you have free access to all of the online library, and that pretty much answers the questions, I believe, that have been propounded. It has been an honor, to do this, and on March the 15th, 2024, I was given the Texas Sheehy Distinguished Attorney Award by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization. That is an incredible honor. I'm very grateful for that. It is a long way from 1974 when we had the first class, the first CLE program, and I am very honored to have been asked to do this. Thank you.